Fever president made Sheryl Swoopes look silly for her anti-Caitlin Clark narratives. It's about time someone had Caitlin Clark's back in the media. Over the span of her first WNBA season, we saw a ton of media members try to downplay her greatness. They did everything in their power to act like she wasn't the best rookie in her class or that what she was doing wasn't truly generational. Some of these narratives even ended up costing Caitlin her unanimous Rookie of the Year title. Someone who has made it a mission to take shots at Caitlin has been Sheryl Swoopes. She has a litany of clips and quotes poking fun at Caitlin and saying that she isn't as good as everyone thinks. But now, even the Fever president had enough of Swoopes' narratives. By the end of this video, you will see how the Fever president shut down Swoopes' negative rumors. WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes started a social media firestorm weeks ago when she claimed on the Gills Arena podcast that several players in Indiana's locker room want out of town because no one wants to play with Clark.
It's a lot.
So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah. Now listen,
what you said, there's a lot of
play more.
What kind of things you said?
I'm not in the locker room.
Okay. But
I'm talking about more social media.
Okay.
Naturally, when Swoopes was asked to name these players who seemed to be upset with Caitlin, she had no answers. So clearly, she was spreading a baseless rumor. If there were ever any questions regarding how those internally feel about Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, it was answered when new president of basketball operations, Kelly Krauskopf, spoke to reporters. She addressed Swoopes' accusations and in doing so made Swoopes seem foolish for speaking about something she had no firsthand knowledge of.
I think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her. She, much like Tyrese Halliburton, she gets you the ball in places that you didn't even know you were open because she passes to space, she finds openings and ways to free up other players. So
her playmaking has elevated her Fever teammates as well. Aaliyah Boston is having the best season of her career and was named to the All-Star team. She also received the second most fan votes of any player. Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston became the first duo in Fever history to record 20-point double-doubles in the same game. Both of them were cooking the Mercury. However, that wasn't Caitlin's only accomplishment. She also had 7 first-quarter assists, which broke a franchise record. She now has the Fever record for both assists in a single quarter and assists in a single game. On top of that, Caitlin's other teammate, Kelsey Mitchell, also made the All-Star team. Having Caitlin on the team makes it so much easier for her teammates to play their roles. Besides, all they really have to do is hustle and make the right cuts because Caitlin will find them thanks to her pinpoint passes and even a few unbelievable bounce passes that leave the defense confused.
Really how her and Kelsey work together and the efficiency of the offense because of the way that she plays the game. And I would think that would be a big draw. I plan on, I think it's an easy picture to paint, to free agents.
She basically did everything you could have wanted and then some. Now this reminds us of the time when Swoopes went on a misinformation campaign in order to discredit Caitlin Clark. Ironically enough, it was also when she appeared on Gil's podcast. Maybe she should stay clear of this podcast as it makes her say some outlandish things.
So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
What Swoopes is talking about here is the women's all-time scoring record that Caitlin set and in doing so broke Kelsey Plum's previous record. However, Caitlin actually broke the record in less than 4 years. So Swoopes was hating for no reason.
Like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Like, you should be killing them. Because you've been doing it a lot longer than they have.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but I know she can come back another year.
But it didn't end just there. Here, she is blatantly lying by saying that Caitlin was 25 years old when she was dominating in college, when in fact, Caitlin is only 22 years old. At least if you're going to hate, you should do it cleverly so that it's not so obvious. But it doesn't stop there. Swoopes continued to misinform the public about Caitlin in order to push her agenda.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Here we go.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots a game.
Again, blatant lies. At the time, Caitlin was taking 22.3 shots a game, which was actually lower than the number of shots Swoopes took in her college tenure. Now, one person who Swoopes could be referring to is Nalissa Smith. Smith's minutes went down this season, and along with that, her overall production took a hit. She went from averaging a career best 15.5 points per game to 10.6. Even her rebounds and blocks were down, so perhaps she felt underutilized in Caitlin's system. So there is some validity to this. After the season was over for the Fever, Carrington hinted at wanting to free Smith from her Fever team. Following the Suns' 87-81 Game 2 win that sealed the series win, Carrington shared a touching moment with Smith after the tense game. Though the series was competitive, the couple's bond was evident. Later, Carrington expressed on X her admiration for Smith and hinted that she would like her to leave Indiana. Even as Smith feels like she could do more, it is a shame that she had to throw Caitlin under the bus. Caitlin has done so much for that team. She did the impossible and turned around the Indiana franchise. Indiana already has as many wins this season as it did a year ago and is tied for the 4th most victories in the league since the start of July. She has also etched her name in the league's historical records. Against the Seattle Storm, she set the record for most assists by a first-year player, passing WNBA legend Tisha Penicheiro with 12 games to spare. She also has the most assists in a single game, dishing out 19 dimes. Along with the record for the most consecutive point-assist double-doubles in a rookie season, the most double-doubles by a rookie guard, the first rookie to record a triple-double, the single-game leader in three-point field goals made by a rookie, and she is the youngest player to record a double-double with points and assists in back-to-back games. Caitlin finished the regular season with a stunning 321 assists, surpassing Alyssa Thomas to become the league's assist leader. The achievement silenced any skepticism, with Clark showing that her talent is as undeniable as it is remarkable. Her performance marked another historic milestone in her budding career, proving once again that no lights are too bright for her. Her record-setting performance follows an earlier achievement when she notched 19 assists in a single game against the Dallas Wings back in July. After averaging 24 points, 8.5 assists, and 5.2 rebounds per game in August, Caitlin was named the Rookie of the Month for the 3rd time, and August's Eastern Conference Player of the Month. So with this honor, Clark became the first rookie in WNBA history to earn the Player of the Month award. On September 4th, the Fever beat the Los Angeles Sparks in a 93-86 win, with Clark posting 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, marking her 2nd career triple-double. During this game, she registered her 100th three-pointer made, making her the first to achieve in a rookie season and the fastest player in WNBA history to do so. It took her just 34 games. It was also Clark's 3rd straight game with at least 20 points and 10 assists, equaling Courtney Vandersloot's streak from 2017 as the longest in WNBA history. And those are just some of her accomplishments. She has also had some unbelievable moments this season. Clearly, Caitlin Clark has let her game do the talking in her WNBA rookie season. Now, Krauskopf isn't the only one to debunk Swoopes' theory recently. In a recent interview with Brian O'Keefe of Esquire, Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James also suggested Swoopes' Clark accusations were nonsensical. Clark has the vision, she has the spirit, she's infectious, and people want to play with her, James said. The Fever are going to be a really good team, and not too long from now. Well, pressure makes diamonds, so it is safe to say that Caitlin entered the WNBA season with higher expectations than any rookie. Right away, people expected her to not only dominate, but carry the league on her shoulders. Most rookies come into the league and ride the bench for a while and work on their skill set. A few special cases might start right away, and then there are the ultra special cases who not only start, but make a big impact. Caitlin went beyond this. She was tasked with leading the Indiana Fever back to relevance after a 7-year playoff drought, along with carrying the WNBA to new heights. What other rookies had to take on such responsibility and excelled? That is domination. And we've seen throughout basketball history that players want to play with someone who is dominant, someone like Caitlin Clark.